Hey, Eagle fans, let's start today's video with a question. Will Carson Wentz start on Monday? It might not be as guaranteed as you think, even though I would say yes down below in the comments section, but there have been some rumors. We're talking about them in today's video. Will Carson Wentz for sure start or even finish the entire game on Monday night? Let me know down below right now in the comments section. Alright, so welcome into this edition of Philadelphia Eagles. Now, as we go ahead and give you guys the latest Eagles news and rumors here, following your Thanksgiving. Hopefully you guys had a great Thanksgiving, probably watching this on either Friday or Saturday. Hopefully you've had some great time. But now, it's back to business, back to work, because the Eagles have an NFC East title to try and win, and they have a game on Monday night, which is going to be difficult, but they're going to try to go ahead and win, which obviously wait and see. Let's start, though, with this interesting, I guess, back-and-forth conversation Doug Pederson had this week in his press conference on Zoom, where he was asked about Carson Wentz being the starting quarterback on Monday night, and he hesitated. And it's a weird video. You can find it on Twitter or online or whatever, but we're going to give you guys the full breakdown here. Essentially, he's hesitant. Like, he's basically asked, like, will Carson Wentz start on Monday? And he goes, well, as of today, yes, but no. Like, very hesitant, very weird. And so even though I think the majority of us know 100% that Wentz will start on Monday, the question for me is, could he finish Monday night's game? Because, again, Wentz is going to start on Monday night, even if Pederson hesitant or not. But the idea of Hurts coming soon, I think, is a very real possibility, especially if Carson Wentz is abysmal on national TV on Monday Night Football. There could be a chance where he's benched. You know, even though I've been a heavy proponent in not benching Carson Wentz, I still am a heavy proponent of not benching Carson Wentz. Don't do it. I mean, I think you could really ruin his overall outlook and career. But that being said, there seems to be some indications that Hurts could be coming very, very soon. So this whole conversation between Doug Pederson and the reporter, it's either something or nothing. I mean, you can make with it as you will. I'll give it to you and let you guys be the judge overall. So here it was. So the reporter says, you're not making that move, right, Doug, to a different quarterback? And Pederson says, not today, on Wednesday, no. And then the reporter says, okay, possibly for Monday? And then Pederson says, I'm focused right now on getting better today. I mean, we're looking at, I would say, no. It's it was even more awkward than that. And then the reporter says, Carson's your starter on Monday. And then Doug Pederson says yes. So again, will Carson Wentz start on Monday? I think yes. I think we can all agree that there's no chance that Doug Pederson's going to pull some sort of rabbit out of the hat or game time Monday night. ESPN goes over and says, Lisa Salters, whoever it is, like, oh my gosh, we just found out like 5 minutes before kickoff that Carson Wentz will not start. No, it's not going to happen. But I think the idea that Hurts could be coming soon is the important storyline here, and that even though a couple weeks ago this was not, I mean, Doug was emphatic saying, nope, no chance, not going to happen, and now it's like, no, well, maybe not, no, so it's interesting. We got to go ahead and keep an eye on this, because this is the storyline, and we talked about this a ton over the past couple of days and weeks, but this is the storyline in Philadelphia. It's not just the fact they're losing football games, it's not just the fact that they're getting healthy. The fact of the matter is, the storyline in Philadelphia is Carson Wentz versus Jalen Hurts, and when one of them will get benched and when one of them will go ahead and start. I will state my case one more time. You can't bench Carson Wentz because he costs too much money. You cannot go ahead and throw in the towel on a guy who had 3 great years and then 1 bad year right now behind a makeshift offensive line and with wide receivers that, to me, are grossly overrated. That's my take on Carson Wentz. And the same goes for Doug Pederson and firing. Like, you can't fire him because he has 1 bad year. You got to give these guys time to figure things out. But, with that being said, I do understand with the way the NFC East is currently standing that Jalen Hurts might provide a spark, and if Hurts wins you the NFC East, then maybe you do it. Who knows? But that's the news we're starting with today here on Philadelphia Eagles. Now, okay, make sure you guys are subbed, though, because we're going to do multiple videos between now and then, of course, Monday. Get you guys up to date on basically everything. The mailbag video, you probably saw that either yesterday or came out today, whenever the mailbag video came out. But we do a ton of great stuff here on Philadelphia Eagles now. So, and on our Thanksgiving, be thankful for me for working, right, this whole entire week, trying to keep you guys updated on the Eagles. Go ahead and click the big red subscribe button. Your gift to me, right, because it's free here on Philadelphia Eagles now, so click the big red subscribe button. Okay, with Carson Wentz probably starting on Monday, as we just said, they are apparently dumbing things down for Carson Wentz, which you read and you go, wow, that's terrible. But then you start to dig into it. Actually, it sounds pretty darn good. Let me explain this. So there's some rumors suggesting that Doug Pederson wants to dumb the play calling down to make Carson Wentz's thought process and initial look at the offensive line when he gets and breaks the huddle, just make it easier. Because Wentz goes to the line, you see him do it a lot. He starts changing things. He does his kill switch where he wants to, or his kill signal where he wants to switch to a different play. He's motioning, he's looking, he's trying to be Peyton Manning out there. And even though I think Carson Wentz mentally is fully capable of doing those sort of things, I think as of this year, with the kind of, ghosts and skeletons in Carson Wentz's closet that have started to come out in terms of turnovers and sacks, he's trying to do too much. So Doug Pederson, trying to fix these things, is dumbing things down to make Wentz have to think a lot less at the line and just focus more on finding that initial open receiver, because there is film that shows there are receivers that can get open sometimes, not all the time, but can get open Wentz is not seeing for whatever reason because he's just trying to focus on too many things at once. This worked with Nick Foles, and that's the important thing where I'm going to break down for you. This is what they did with Nick Foles during the Super Bowl run, and it won them a Super Bowl, and Foles was, one of the best postseason performances from a quarterback we've seen in a very, very long time. First off, drop a like if you guys think Wentz can be fixed. Like, if you're not on the whole Wentz is dead, there was a story on, I think, the Philadelphia Inquirer, Wentz is broken or whatever, like, let's calm down a little bit here. I think he can be fixed. I would hit the like button if I were you. Here was NJ.com with the initial thought and story on this quote. According to a person with knowledge of the Eagles' plans, head coach Doug Pederson and his offensive assistants have tried to design plays to create at least one open receiver immediately after the snap and have encouraged Wentz to throw to that receiver for several reasons. The strategy eliminates Wentz's need to run through progressions, which inexplicably has proven challenging for a quarterback in his 5th season. Now, that sounds bad, right? Progressions are what good quarterbacks do best, right? You got your 1, your 2, your 3, your check down. It's very easy in terms of if you can figure it out. Rookie quarterbacks struggle with going from 1 and then seeing that it's not open, and then whipping back over here, and then throwing to what is the check down receiver, or the 2 receiver, the 3 receiver, whatever it is. So that's bad for Carson Wentz that they have to do this, but if this is what it takes to build the confidence back up to where he can start looking around and, 1, 2, 3 progression, then I'm fine with it, right? They did this with Nick Foles. You gotta remember what happened with Nick Foles. He comes in for the Giant game in 2017, the first one, after, of course, coming in for the Ram game. The Giant game played well. I threw like 3 or 4 touchdowns, looked great. The Raider game on Monday Night Football, you got to remember, you go back a little bit here, he was terrible. They barely moved the football and won because the defense was good and Derek Carr was terrible that year. You get to the postseason, and they started to dumb things down against the Falcons. Again, it wasn't a great performance overall, but then you finally got to, of course, the Viking game and then the Patriot game, and the offense, for all intents and purposes, was dumbed down a little bit. They literally said, Frank Reich and Doug Pederson went back to what Nick Foles did best, which was a lot of RPOs, a lot of read, one-shot hot routes to a crossing receiver and Alshon Jeffrey, and it worked very, very well. Excuse me, not to say they're going to do RPOs on Monday night, but the idea that dumbing it down has worked in the past, I think, bodes well for Carson Wentz to maybe get a little rhythm going. And guess what? Seattle's defense, we talked about this week, is bad. It's not a good defense. They're last in the league in total yards. They're 29th in takeaways. That's good news for Carson Wentz. They're 16th against the pass. They are good against the run, but they're just not good in the passing game. Their sacks have gone up with Carlos Dunlap, so they're better in the pass rush area than what they were. This is still a defense that is very gettable, and I think if you could dumb things down, make it easy, Carson Wentz goes up and down the football field without turning the ball over, they can win this game. Now, the defense for Philadelphia might have, some trouble stopping DK Metcalf for one and Russell Wilson, but I think if we see a hot offensive performance on Sunday, it's great news and bodes very, very well for Carson Wentz and the Eagles going forward. If you guys want to bet on this matchup right now, Seattle -5 is where it currently sits. You could bet for Philadelphia or against them, honestly. But if you want to bet on this game or other games right now, bored after Thanksgiving, you want to jump in some free money, go ahead and do it with our friends at BetUS. Just put the link up there in your description bar or in your search bar. Just put it at chatsports.com/EagleBet, and then use the promo code Eagles125. Just put your deposit bonus of $100 down, use the promo code Eagles125, and then bet away. I use them for my betting needs. I didn't do well last week, but we're going to do well this week. It's how betting works, right? Up and down, and so bet on the Eagles or bet against the Eagles. Either way, win some money with our friends at BetUS. Quickly, some injury update news here. So how about some good injury news? Ertz is looking good, and he's trending in the right direction. I think Zach Ertz has a very good chance of playing on Monday night, which, if you think about it, would then give Philadelphia every single weapon. They would have all of their offensive weapons minus Deshaun Jackson out on the football field on Monday night if Ertz plays. Sanders comes back, Ertz comes back. Everybody would be back. And this, again, could only help Carson Wentz. Maybe a perfect storm is brewing for an upset on Monday Night Football. Before I show you the whole full report and readout on Zach Ertz, the Black Friday sales are still going on. I know technically it's Friday today, but it could be Saturday or Sunday when you're watching this, but there are probably still a bunch of deals all happening at chatsports.com/Eagles Friday. The link is down below in the description box. So, you're trying to, pick up a hoodie for the son or, a nice shirt for the wife or whatever it is, Eagle-related or not, go ahead and pick them up right now. chatsports.com/Eagles Friday, link down below in the description box. Here's Pederson on Zach Ertz just a couple days ago. Quote, Zach is trending in the right direction. He'll be back out there today in our walkthrough and our practice this afternoon. I'm optimistic, and hopefully he can come away and feels good after today's practice. He did feel good, and again, it's looking like he's going to go ahead and play. Will there be a pitch count? Possibly. So you can see more Dallas Goedert, and honestly, Richard Rodgers has been pretty good. He's had a couple of nice catches across the seam. Now, if you put Ertz in that situation, probably the same outcome, but they could have literally the entire tight end depth chart back out there because, of course, Goddard's been out there for the past 2 weeks. And then with Jeffrey and Rager and all the receivers back there as well, it's a healthy-looking offense, which again, didn't do much last week because, the offense didn't really move the football, except for that first drive whenever they went right down the field and then he fumbled, Miles Sanders fumbled. So maybe get more of that. And again, weather's supposed to be good on Monday nights, so no wind, no rain. And so, I don't know, perfect storm, right? I'm an optimist. I want to win. I want to win these games on Monday, so I just trying to find any reason to be hopeful that they can pull off the win here. Quickly, Jason Kelce is fine. There's a little elbow injury, that brutal one you saw against the Browns. We all thought, like, oh my gosh, like his arm just snapped in half. He is good to go. Played the second half against the Browns, and he will start on Monday night, so no concern there. He will be having his 100th straight start at center, so one of the great, I think, tough guys in the league and one of the great centers that gets no recognition. I think he could be a Hall of Famer. I mean, Jason Kelce, an absolute beast. He did have, again, the elbow injury against the Browns, but will start on Monday and should be good to go for his 100th straight start. So again, they're healthy. Here they come, right? Hopefully, dumb down the offense, figure it out with Carson Wentz. Hopefully he has a big game on Monday night, national TV, and maybe turn some heads and turn some hearts back to what was once the savior in Philadelphia and Carson Wentz, and I think can be one time again. Obviously, the NFC East, it means neck and neck. You had the Thanksgiving Day game at Dallas and Washington. I mean, you got to figure things out. You got to start winning football games, and hopefully it starts on Monday. There you go. Ultimately out for today here on Philadelphia Eagles Now. Listen, I know I get flack for the Eagles being bad and me being an optimist and me defending Carson Wentz, defending Doug Pederson, but I still think this is a good football team. Well, I think it has the potential to be a good football team. How about that? It has potential to be a good football team. They can figure things out. And hey, the Seattle defense is very, point-friendly for offenses. And so if you want to get things going, maybe it's at home, not in front of a crowd, but still at home in Philadelphia on Monday night to kind of jumpstart the final half of the NFL season for Philadelphia. Again, ultimately out for today here on Philadelphia Eagles Now. Hope you guys enjoy the rest of your weekend as we, of course, look to work on Monday, but it's just what happens. Hopefully you had a great time with your friends and family. I know I did. I appreciate each and every one of you. For Philadelphia Eagles Now, I'm Thomas Mott signing off. Enjoy the rest of your day.